Okay, that's interesting. What are the biggest differences that I observe between agile and traditional teams? It is an interesting one because actually there can be huge differences and there can be basically none. I've worked with teams coming out of a traditional approach who are really good teams. They understand what the goal is, they work together to achieve the goal. They're not interested in what their individual job titles are. They're a team in truth. It's about winning whatever game they're playing. It's rare in my experience in the traditional world of work, but it can happen, and it's very often because there's great leadership around them, there's great people in the team, and they've worked out the success has less to do with their process and more to do with them. So they come together, they recognise that goal as important, as worth going for, and they do what is necessary to get there. So you will find people stepping outside of their roles as the company may define them. Developers are suddenly testing, testers are involved in analysis conversations, not because they've become a tester, not because they've become an analyst, but because they recognise that's what the team needs now. Okay? And if you've worked in great Scrum teams, agile teams, you'll recognise the same hallmarks. Okay? And it's because, again, the process supports the team, but it doesn't dictate greatness for that team. It's about the people. First value of the Agile Manifesto, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. That's what we're talking about here. Okay? Be it the Agile world or the traditional world and the ways of working, in the type of work we do, it's about our brains. It's about coming together and thinking better in collaboration. So your process supports that. It doesn't dictate it, because you can't make somebody think harder. You can't tell from the outside that somebody's thinking hard or not. All you can do is create an environment where, if they so choose, they can think well, they can be clear, they can be concise, they can talk to the right people at the right times. So when we see these comparisons of, have you seen differences between teams over here and teams over here, very often the answer has nothing to do with the question, or the intention behind that question. Okay? Very often it's understanding the type of work. Have I seen great teams in things that are not agile? Yes, because the people involved understand the work. They understand the importance of coming together and solving that work collaboratively. That can happen in the agile world. Absolutely, it's what we want. It's what we work towards as Scrum Masters, as agile coaches, is we're trying to create that environment where the magic happens. We're trying to get the team to a place where they can recognise it, they can see that goal and come together to achieve it. We're possibly more active than many, but not all. And that for me is great. It means that teams that are working in a traditional approach can come into the agile world and maintain that little special thing that they've got and continue being a great team while changing the process underneath them, because they recognise that that process is not the be-all and end-all. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.